everybody. This is our second 6:30 a.m. morning tune-up practice, or inner anchoring practice, to just come to meet yourself first and really anchor into your own being, anchor inside before meeting the hustle and bustle and other stimuli of the external world. Just going to wait a couple of minutes, see if anyone else is jumping on. Yeah. If you are jumping on, make sure you have something to sit on nice and comfortably, like you might have a bolster or a pillow or something, or a block or whatever you have if you are on the ground, to sit on that. So you kind of elevate the hips a little bit, which helps to correct the pelvic tilt and gives you a lot more length through your spine. Yeah. The more you lengthen out in your posture, the more you extend through the spine, open that chest, roll the shoulders back. The more you open up all the channels and the breathing ways, more oxygen is circulating through your body, more freely nourishing all cells of all different parts, therefore balancing and grounding the nervous system and decreasing any possible tension, which can also increase tension in your mind. Good morning. Beautiful. So this is again on Instagram and on the State of Flow community Facebook group. Alright, gonna go for 10-15 minutes, see how we go. I'm not the best with timelines, but we're actually gonna start standing up, and we're gonna start to just shake for 30 seconds or something. Literally allow your whole body to jumping up and down, shaking the shoulders, the wrists. You can go totally crazy, but really allow other parts of the body to relax. Shaking for the ankles, allow the hips to loosen, the shoulders to loosen, allow them to bounce up and down. Shake those wrists, the elbows, the head, the neck, whatever feels right. Just circulating your energy a little bit. Nope. Okay, a few more seconds. Now we slowly become back still standing. And a couple of deep breaths. On an inhale, you lengthen out, arms towards the sky, and exhale, release down. Inhaling, lengthening out, and exhaling out of the mouth. A few more of those. Allow your movement to support the in-breath and out-breath. Couple of more. And we stretch out one last time. Stretching in a way that feels good in your own body right now. It allows you to open through the chest, lengthen through the spine. Really stretching as if you just got out of bed, which we probably did. And then releasing back down. And we're slowly finding our seat from here whenever you're ready. So now coming back to, if you have a bolster, a block, anything to sit on to keep those hips elevated like I said earlier. And that allows you to really lengthen up through the torso. And once you're seated, we're just going to close our eyes and just spend a little moment witnessing our body. Witnessing our mind, our entire state, our emotional state, physical, mental. And just notice, how's it feeling in your body right now? Are there any differences now compared to just before or yesterday or wherever your energy was at before? very likely you feel like the energy that's circulating or lingering in your body just got a good little shake up, quite literally. So shaking or just bouncing around or just putting on a song for 5 minutes and having a good boogie is one of the best ways to just quickly move on energy, as well as to get your system going, especially in the morning, and ground you right down into your body, while just releasing any stagnation that's there, any old emotions and thought patterns and to-dos and whatnot. Just ground you right back into your physical cells. Also increases your breathing rate, therefore your lungs as they expand and deflate. Beautiful. And then we're slowly grounding back into a nice and long, deep and full way of breathing. Inviting every inhale to flow right down into your lower belly, and you can bring one hand there if that helps. Before we're expanding on the chest. And then we're deflating the chest, deflating the belly, and we're breathing out of the nose. Inhaling through the nose into the belly, into the chest. And exhaling from the chest, through the belly, and out of the nose. Just a few more of those, and really allow yourself to relax into that way of breathing. Just sink right into it. Not forcing yourself any deeper, but using the opposite, using a sense of gentleness and relaxation as you invite your body to relax more, and therefore your breath to naturally flow deeper. And then from here we're going to come into a few rounds of a different breathing technique or pranayama. It's called Nadi Shodhan, or alternate nostril breathing. So if you're familiar with it, feel free to start. If you're not, it is the breath where you breathe through one nostril at the time. So whatever hand you want to use, I'm using my right hand, and I'll be blocking my right nostril with the thumb to then inhale through the left. And I swap over by blocking the left nostril with the ring finger and exhale from the right. Inhaling through the right. Swapping over, exhaling from the left. Inhaling through the left. And swapping over, exhaling from the right. Inhaling from the right. And just finding your own flow is swapping after every inhale, swapping sides, exhale, inhale, swap, exhale, inhale, swap. And meanwhile, allow that breath to stay nice and slow, deep, full and long. And as you are breathing, you might notice how this Nadi Shodhan really helps to ground the body right down. It directly relaxes and soothes the nervous system. So it's a great tool to pull out whenever, like instantaneously, whenever you're feeling stressed, overwhelmed, whenever you just need a little reset throughout the day. You can do it while you're driving, obviously with your eyes open, while you're pushing the trolley, whatever you're doing at work. Because as we breathe through one nostril only, we're tightening our breathing waves at the time, which therefore increases kind of the pressure and the quality of airflow. That helps to further open our channels and work our lungs a little bit more, leading to more expansion and contraction. At the same time, it directly relaxes your nervous system, grounds you right down. And it also balances the left and the right side of the body, which correlate with the left and the right side of the brain, as well as the left and the right, or feminine and masculine energetic aspects of your being. So you find that the right side of your body correlates with the left side of the brain, and that is your center for rational thinking, for logic, for getting things done, for just push and drive and pushing through it. Where's the left side of the body, and that's your yang, your masculine aspect. Whereas the left side of the body and the right side of the brain corresponds to your feminine energetic aspect. And that is your creative, your intuitive, your emotional and in tune and more flowy and fluid kind of way of being. And we all have both. And this way of breathing helps to bring harmony in between the left and the right lobe or hemisphere of that brain, of those energetic aspects. If you want to take that further, you can tune into what is the side of the body you usually injure yourself on, and what might it tell you? Or where do you have anything that you notice on either side of the body, and what might it tell you? Often it does relate that perhaps if it's on the right side, we have pushed ourselves too hard. Or on the left side, that we've taken things too easy, or that we suppress the more flowy, intuitive, creative part of ourselves. They're all just suggestions. It's really about what feels right in your own body, what's going on in your own body. Stay here for another few nice and long deep breath cycles in your own time, and keep observing what is going on inside. Follow the sensation of breath, feel right into your body, tuning into that feeling space that keeps you out of the thinking space. Then we're slowly releasing our hand back down, coming back into normal breathing. And while we're sitting, breathing normally, observing our breath flowing through the body, just check in with your posture again. And notice where's any tightness, where are you perhaps kind of dumping your weight in, where are you slouching, or where do you simply feel some compression or blockage or tightness in your body, and how can you open and loosen that up? Perhaps you can come back to this feeling of grounding your sit bones right down into the earth, like the roots of a tree. And simultaneously lengthening that crown right up towards the sky. Again, like the crown of a tree that's reaching towards the sun. And therefore creating this two-way movement going through the spine where you're anchoring and sinking down, grounding, yet you're striving to grow up, and you're creating this spaciousness in between each and every vertebra of your spine. Perhaps you can try to create the same spaciousness in all other joints of the body. In your neck, your cervical spine, your shoulders, keeping them nice and loose, rolling them back and down, not clenching them down. In your hips, as you're lengthening up from your hips, and you're increasing the space in between the torso and the rib cage. Open the chest out, melting the heart forward a bit. And then we just take a last moment to tune into our three centers, and you can bring your hand or both hands onto your lower belly region, the womb space for the women, the hara for all. It's our one of the three brains or energy centers of the body, main ones. And really feel right into the center, into that center, breathing right into it. as if you're really grounding yourself into that lower dantian, that hara, that lower energy center. It's the seat of your intuition, of your gut feeling. And grounding into there. Perhaps sending the message of I see you, I hear you, I feel you, I attune to you, into that center. And then from there we're allowing our attention and the energy flow to rise up into our heart space. And again, you can place one or both hands onto your heart. You can keep one hand on your lower center if it feels right. So connect the two. And taking a couple of breath cycles into that heart space. Again, grounding, sinking into that center, attuning to it, reconnecting, sending the message of I see you, I feel you, I hear you, I tune to you, to that center, to that inner wisdom of yourself, your heart space, your emotional realms, where you lead from with compassion, with kindness, with love, towards yourself, and then towards the outside world. No matter what you encounter, meet them with love. Be that ignorance or anything else. And then lastly, we bring our attention up to our third eye center, which is the third brain of the body, or the third dantian. You can bring your hand there, or whatever feels right for you in whatever way you want to connect with that center. Taking a few nice and deep breath cycles into there. Again, anchoring, grounding into that center of yours. I see you, I feel you, I hear you, I attune to you. And then from here, as you really lengthen out through the spine, we're taking a few nice and deep breath cycles, connecting those three centers through our breath, breathing up and down. From the very top to the very bottom, vice versa. Really settling, sinking, grounding right into those centers. And staying connected to those spaces, we lastly bring our hands together in front of the heart into a prayer position. We just take a moment to breathe and feel into what we are grateful for today. How we want to feel right now. What frequency do we want to operate on? And feeling that feeling, feeling that frequency right away, and feeling that gratitude in our body and our heart. Perhaps bring a smile to your lips, a real big one, from one cheek to the other. Notice how that instantly lifts your actual energy a notch. Posture is a huge thing when it comes to recalibrating your energy, your confidence. And one last breath where we inhale through the nose and we exhale and release, sigh out of the mouth. When you're ready, we're rubbing our palms together, creating some warmth. We place our hands right over our eyelids. And wherever else in our bodies we need some touch, warmth, connection. Before we lastly bring our hands down towards the floor, or if you're sitting far away from the floor, onto your knees. And we bow forward, open our eyes towards the ground first, becoming grounded. And then we slowly come back up through the center whenever we're ready to do so. Namaste, everyone. Thank you for joining. Thanks for everyone who's going to get around to this replay. You got 2 of those now, from yesterday and today, to get back around to whenever you need to. This was way longer than 10 minutes, I feel, so I'm not going to put time frames to it again. Yeah, thank you all, and I see you tomorrow if you're joining again at 6:30, that's Western Australian time. Yesterday the quality of this video turned out quite very average, but the sound was clear, so don't be put off by that. All you need is the sound. It's meant to tune you into you anyways. Lots of love, have a beautiful day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.